Gar commenting on my stream, but he's
Xfinity
really
race.
no need. Question.
Oh, Jameis Winston.
That's fine.
damn. He
we're going
fumbled
for
it
a
at the
quarterback.
20.
Or so to go.
Oh, that's brutal.
Jeez. Oh wow, that
I
hurts.
do commend you, Kevin, because you actually scraped your way into the playoffs.
With you.
I didn't think you were going to make the playoffs, to be
Neither
honest
did
with
I. But that's where the time consuming comes into play with Madden.
I gotta see where my first round picks lie. Let's see who I want to take.
I'm nervous, man, because I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't know if like all the computer scouting that happened, does that carry over when I took over?
Yes.
I mean, I would think
Sure.
so, but if I
Yep.
go in there drafting blind, I'll be upset. Not anybody but the game, but still upset.
Well, I mean, it's John has it set for the collegiate draft, so we'll be drafting
Oh, like real
actual
players?
college players.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Tua's in the draft.
Oh.
Who else is there? LSU's fucking quarterback.
Burrow? It should have been last year.
Burrow, yeah.
Burrow's there, Tua's there.
If I don't get Burrow, I'll get Tua. And then vice versa.
Don't you have a late draft pick?
No, Kevin's got another one.
I have an early one.
Would-
Thanks to Shredder, he lost to the... No, he won against the Broncos, so now the Broncos have either the first pick or the second pick. I have the third, which is Houston.
Did you make the playoffs?
I made the playoffs, yes.
Oh, you had Houston's
The
first.
Yes, I have
Okay.
Houston's first. The Raiders have my first.
Qualifying just finished.
Cool.
Okay.
Who'd you trade to get there
I'm
first?
talking about.
That's fine.
Who did I get?
Who'd you give up, I guess?
I traded a middle linebacker. I think it was Levante David.
Oh.
And honestly, it paid off for me because David was doing absolute shit for me.
Well, now you got an early first.
Now I have an early first, and I'm really seeking for a quarterback.
Well, I need a quarterback, so don't take one. Josh Allen is trash.
I'm debating whether I want to take one or not because I can't stand Baker Mayfield.
You're
Baker's supposed to be
doing
good,
wonders
though.
with Baker, though.
Dude, Kevin, he couldn't hit
how
the
many
side
picks?
of a barn.
How many picks? how many picks have you thrown with Baker?
I threw 4 with Josh Allen just today,
plenty.
so.
Plenty? That doesn't count.
Gator, you're the Browns.
He's the Jags.
I'm Jags.
Oh,
Fantasy draft cut.
That I wasn't there for, which is fine. It's nobody's fault but my own.
That's fine. 5 people were there. We now have 13.
In.
We got
Lobby
poll?
set up. Gonna unpause. Poll is going to be Gar.
Oh, Gar on the pole, my goodness.
yeah.
Fucking seen it all.
Gator. For this race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same too. As much as it pains me to say that.
Did I miss something?
Once you
The
guys get in,
whole-
can you send me some invites, please?
Sure.
Let me know. So when are we
Talk about it
starting
afterward.
The broadcast.
Okay.
I understand that you are live streaming right now.
Just a little bit. Have they loaded in yet?
Loading in. Now y'all can join.
Gar sent a message. Well. Gar, if you don't start paying attention to the race.
It's thanks to Jameis Winston's stupid ass.
I'm so
Language. No, I'm kidding.
I said ass.
That's language.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Invite Gator. I want to invite Mr. Williams too. Ah, you bailed him out. Gator, Mr. Williams, invite. And I'm loading in. Alright, time to shift to commentator mode. I got Baby Crab on here. I think he's a Jagboy fan. He says, I'm so ready for tonight. Anyways, alright. So here we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining us here tonight on this Sunday night at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to Talladega tonight for the Money Lion 300. It's the Xfinity Series second race of the playoffs. I am joined tonight by a couple of special guests. Gator Mike, how you doing?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm doing for you.
Oh, doing really good. And also Kevin. Kevin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
K-Bart's also in here, but I think he wants to be quiet. But you can introduce yourself if you like. Mr. K-Bart.
Oh,
Alright, so we joined this action already in progress, and we got a bunch of red cars in the lead right now. Looks like these FBGM guys, along with Gar. Oh, they're 3 wide! The 0 of Lieutenant Dangles is going to make it 3 wide. Gar's in the middle. He's not going to be able to hold that line. That's the 15 of... Oh my... Everybody's around. The 10, the 35. Is this not a caution? The 42's involved.
No, but it is.
Caution. Caution's out. Wow. So they went 3 wide there.
On lap 1.
Lieutenant Dangle's down the bottom. Gar could not hold that middle line. Comes up and hits Swamp Fox, which nails the wall, comes down and collects the rest of the cars. Gator, what's kind of your thoughts on that?
Well, everybody trying to make something of nothing real quick. But however, unlike real NASCAR, if the big one strikes here, you can just repair their cars and keep on going.
Yeah, for sure. So, Kevin, are we going to see this all night, or is it just kind of early race jitters?
I would like to see this all night, but you never know. I like to think of it as early race jitters. Gar, of course, got pushed into that 3 wide position, and
We're going to ride on board with Gar now because he's restarting P3 as they take this action back green. And we still got a bunch of red cars up here in the front. That caution must have came out pretty early on into that wreck. I didn't see who it was. Do you see?
The car missed a shift, and the host team hose missed a shift and slow getting up to speed. But looks like everybody's going to get around. He's just going to fall in the back.
All right, so they get it all sorted out here. We have 17 cars in the field here tonight. One of our bigger Xfinity races that we've had. Everybody's excited to get on this 2.5-mile super speedway track down in Alabama as Gar's going to try to make the outside lane work early here. It looks like Max Boost thought about joining him up there, but then thought better of it. He's going to connect to the back bumper of that 0 of Lieutenant Dangles.
Lieutenant Dangles is a super speedway specialist. He is strong on the plate tracks. So keep an eye out for him to be a factor all night.
Well, that's a good conversation topic to bring up. Any
Max Boost.
besides Dangles, any guys that we should look out here, Kevin?
well, definitely the 5 car of Max Boost. He was a
Oh, contact between the 2 and the 1. LL pin into the wall hard. He's going to fall through the back. I think he's going to lose the draft. Sorry for cutting you off there, Kevin. Go ahead.
Nah, but what I was saying is, like, watch for the 5 car of Max Boost. I can't remember if he participated in the Daytona race for these guys, but I have a real good feeling about the 5.
He finished 3rd.
Oh, 0-1 and Doc Shock's in the wall there. He's going to fall back, but he should be able to stay in the draft there. The 15 of Swamp Fox gets underneath of the 2 of Lights Out. He takes that position away. The 2's going to be able to recollect himself underneath or behind the 15. And 99 of Charblazer barely snuck back in there. All right, let me get off of Gar so I can get a better angle.
This track is a true equalizer, though. So when I say anybody can win, anybody can win.
And how to talk more about that? Ballistic's sitting 3rd.
Ballistic's also pretty good on the plate tracks. He ran well at Daytona, and here he is up front at Dega.
So far in the comments, I've got one Jagboy fan and one Max Boost fan. Surprise, surprise there. Two of our more popular. Oh, the 98 of Moffitt. Hard contact into multiple cars there. Looks like the 9 of Dalton's going to be able to keep it going. No caution. No caution. A couple cars got a little bit of a damage there. Even more damage. Oh, my goodness. I can't even tell. Who is that? 15 to swap. Hard into the wall. Now, he's a playoff driver. That's going to hurt him here early on. Especially if a no caution comes out.
Yeah.
Wow, so no caution. As the 0 of Lieutenant Dangle still leads this pack. And you got 17 cars here, so cycling through might take a little while. And then we have the 5 of Max Boost right on his bumper. NR Lewis running third. The 2 of Lights Out running fourth. And don't look now. Who is that? Is that, there it is, running fifth? Or is that Up the Irons? Oh. A guy that we haven't really called his name too much early on this season. As Max Boost tried to make that outside lane work, nobody went with him, and he's going to fall to the back of this pack, it seems.
I think it's going to be hard for Max to find some friends tonight.
Especially as dominant as he's been all year.
He's been the dominant driver all season, and I think these guys are wanting somebody new up front. So it's going to be hard for him to find some help.
Well, that's exactly what we're seeing early on here as Lieutenant... Oh, that's just my screen. Never mind. As Lieutenant Dangles is still in the lead here. Now, Up the Irons getting shuffled to the back, but he's still up here in the top 6 or 7. Looks like Jagboy may lose this draft running 7th. Let's circle back around to him. Yeah, I think he lost it.
Looks like we've got 7 cars that are broken away from the rest of the field. I don't believe they have to pit in either of the stages, so...
They do not. So they don't have to pit in Stage 1 or Stage 2. However, they will have to pit once in Stage 3. A green flag stop, assuming if we don't have any cautions. That'll be interesting to watch for sure.
Well, when it comes down to pit, that's when you need friends. Because if you get stuck out on the track by yourself, it's a done deal. The draft matters so much.
So I got to say, this race started out a little bit hectic, a little bit fiery. But it looks like everybody's kind of sorted themselves out for now. I forget, daggone it, I had the number, but I forget how many laps we have in Stage 1. But you got to think we're coming down to at least the last 5 or so. So it's going to get heated back up here soon.
There's load up the stream right now to see.
There's less than that.
Okay.
They're on lap 10 of 11 in the stage.
Oh, wow. So this is going to be the last lap coming to the line of the stage?
They're coming to the white flag right now.
Oh my goodness. This first stage has flown by. As we have Lieutenant Dangle still in the lead. Is he a playoff driver? I'm not sure. He was on the cutoff line. Did he make it?
No.
Oh, what a shame. They're still good to go. Lights Out, currently running third. Oh, as a ball stick gets shuffled out there. Looks like Max Boost might let him back. Oh, he does not let him back in. He's going to take that position. So NR Lewis and Max Boost and Big Jim, excuse me, since Mr. Williams took over the Xfinity stuff, I've kind of fallen off of it. Oh, a little bit of contact with the Lights Out. Oh, he's not going to get the stage point. He's not going to get the stage point. Can somebody give me an official top 5?
Looks like Dangles, Lewis, Big Jim, Up the Irons, and Ballistic.
Up the Irons. I'm not mistaken. That's his first stage points of the season.
You're correct.
Wow. So definitely that great equalizer that you were talking about earlier. All these drivers, as you mentioned, have a chance to win here tonight. We have a guy that we usually don't call for the front of the field winning the stage, Lieutenant Dangles, and then also Up the Irons. Maybe there's something to kind of look out for.
Stage 1 results are Lieutenant Dangles first, NR Lewis second, Big Jim third, Max Boost fourth, and Up the Irons in fifth.
Wow. Well, that's a very interesting top 5, and it's kind of refreshing to see something a little bit different every now and again, don't you think?
Yes. I like seeing fresh faces up front in these races.
All right. Steve-O taking the lead on some strategy. I wonder if he forgot to pit. Or maybe he just took 2. Well, let's see. It looks like Big Jim somehow gets in front of Lieutenant Dangles, also on strategy. Their strategy as they are back green here at Talladega. The 0-0, Steve-O leading the field. Some sort of strategy he pulled on pit road was allowed him to get 6 or 7 or even 8 positions. And looks like he's going to lead the field coming out of 2.
Oh, they're getting crazy back here. About 3 wide towards the back of the field.
All right, looks like they're trying to settle themselves out. Mostly single file. We got a couple stranglers up there on top, but if they don't want to fall to the back, they're going to have to find their way to the bottom. Something to talk about here, Kevin. Obviously, you want to stay in the draft. You want to stay in a pack. That's the fastest way around here. You want to stay on the bottom. However, if the car in front of you is just stuck to the bottom, how do you get around them?
Well, you gotta give him a little bit of space and then get a big enough run out of the corner and got the waiting game apparently. So kind of like what the 5 is doing here on Ballistic. If you get that big enough run, you can take that run all the way up to the high side and make the pass up there. And hopefully if you get that big run, you'll be able to clear him possibly.
That
Before you
5
get
is
to
lagging
the
back a little
next
bit.
turn.
You think he's going to try to make a run to the outside? Hopefully take a line of cars with him?
Perhaps.
Or is he
It's
just
a little early,
playing it
but
safe and keeping a little bit of space in between him and the car ahead?
it's a little early, but you never know. He's got his TGR teammate back there with him on his bumper, Jagboy.
Oh, contact! The 15
There's
of
a crash
Swamp
in the
Fox!
back.
Looks like the 99 and Charblaze are involved as well. There was a third car, but I'm not sure who that is. It's another red car, another FBGM driver. The 01 at Doc Shocks was also involved. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was a lot of damage between those 3 cars. No caution. Wow, that kind of surprises me. They called that first caution early on here in this race, and then now they're just letting them race. I'll tell you who didn't want a caution in that last race at Richmond, and that was Captain Killam there on that last lap. He could have won that race if the caution didn't come out.
Yeah.
Over you already heard. Well, Steve-O went around in front of him. Speaking of Steve-O, he's still leading the field. He's pulling that nice steady line down on the bottom. Nobody's able to get around him. If they want to get around him, they're going to have to get a little bit organized with some of these other cars and make that high line work.
Yeah, you can see Max trying to lay back here, trying to get a nice run out of the corner. Possibly going into turn 3. I hope he's going to make
And
the
he
move
makes
right
the
now.
move. Max Boost looking outside. He's got the 42 of Jagboy right on his bumper. But unfortunately, and the 98 goes up to help him. It looks like the 1 may go up as well. That's still not
TJR
enough.
drivers.
I don't think that's enough help. Looks like they're going to get railroaded here. And that's exactly what's happening. So speaking of TJR, Team John Racing, they announced their return to the series this year. Well, actually, their debut to the North American eRacing League series. A little bit of competition for the FBGM. Do you think that might be a big storyline going forward, or it's late enough in the season that doesn't really make a difference?
I think it's late enough into the
It was a
season,
rivalry before it
but
even started.
I'd have to agree with that. But
Very fair
I don't-
assessment.
It's gonna be very fun for like all the seasons to come because there's gonna be now kind of a playful team aspect. There's already over social media some funny tweets being made in reference to last week's Cup race at Richmond, referring to Steve-O, which it's always all in good fun.
However, for disclaimer, the league does not have or recognize any official teams, but there are alliances that have
shut your mouth.
formed between multiple drivers. So, when we say FBGM or TJR, that's just a group of drivers that have formed an alliance with each other to maybe share information or help each other out on the track.
Ah, what a buzzkill. All right, here we go, Toby. Thank you, Toby. As we keep going green here at Talladega, Steve-O has not let up that lead yet, but that single, oh my goodness, I just confused myself. We got the 00 in the lead and only a single 0 in second. Only 4 laps to go. What a quick stage, my goodness. So we got a bunch of zeros up front. Steve-O in the 00, Lieutenant Dangles, who was your stage 1 winner in that 0 car, running second. He's going to want to get by him here soon. This is where, people start getting a little itchy, start getting a little ready to go. I don't know. Well, the 11 of ball sticks should help out that 0, right?
I also want to point out, that there are 4 FBGM guys, 2nd through 5th. So, Dangles, Ball Stick, Big Jim, and LL Penn in 5th are all part of the FBGM stable. So they got some help up there right now.
So that double 0
Penn's
is...
Ooh, Penn nails
Penn
the
got
ball.
shuffled
Got
out.
shuffled out.
So Penn to the rear of this lead pack. Now Steve-O's kind of in a tough situation there. If you're looking in your rearview mirror and you see all these guys that are on 2 separate affiliations, what in the world do you do? Do you just stick down at the bottom and just hope for the best, or do you try to block them and cause a wreck? What do you do?
Approaching lap traffic here as they go to catch up
Steve-O's
to
got
Charbonnet.
to. I don't believe he's got any friends right now, but he needs to find some pretty quick. I know Steve-O and Dalton in 4th place have worked together in the past, so they may be able to rekindle that relationship.
Well, definitely be interesting to see. And you also got a wild card in the middle there, NR Lewis. I'm not sure if he's affiliated with anybody, but maybe Steve-O, Dalton, and Lewis have talked before this race. You would think it would have been smart for them to reach out to somebody before this plate race started. I can't talk tonight.
Happens to the best of us.
I think
2
it's.
to go with the line.
I think that just means I need another beer.
God, man. How about that?
Language. Strike 2, Kevin.
I'm really trying to get myself thrown out the 5th tonight.
Gator can't save you from that one. Alright.
It's on stream.
Alright, we have a lap and a half left here in stage 2. Now, we all know that these stage races can sometimes lull you to sleep, and then all of a sudden, that last lap, that last 2 laps, it just becomes insane. It becomes an angry hornet's nest of a track. Well, guess what? We're coming to 1 to go here in stage 2. Let's see if any of these guys wants to make a move. You still have the double 0 of Steve-O. Go ahead.
I predict Dangles is going to make a move because him and Steve-O have got some history in the past, and they are not the best of buddies. So it's going to really burn up Dangles if Steve-O holds him off for the stage. So I predict a move here on the backstretch.
All right.
Maybe turn 4.
Well, we're coming around turn 2 here, so let's see if anything happens. Let me cycle around to the leader and not be on max boost back here a little bit. That way I could call this a little bit better. I will stay on Dalton.
But I think Dangles needs to lag back just a little bit and let his teammates push him.
Yeah, this
Content with running 2nd.
it doesn't look like he's going to pull anything here, unless right off of 4, like you also mentioned. As they come around turn 4 for the last time here in stage 2. Steve-O currently leading the way. He's a playoff driver. This is going to be big for him if he wins this stage. He needs it badly.
I think he will.
And it looks like they're all play nice.
Wow.
And they will.
Steve-O gets a stage win.
There's a little bit of shuffling back there, but I don't think any of it was actual positions. Pretty much where they were running to start that last lap is where they finished. That's huge for Steve-O.
Big for Steve-O.
So Steve-O gets the stage win, followed by Dangles, Ballistic, Big Jim, and Dalton.
Not only is that a good bucket of points for this round of the playoffs, but if he makes the next round, that's also 1 playoff point to give him a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, and those playoff points, do they reset next round or no?
They do.
Oh, so that 1 point is big, because that's 1 point that these other guys don't have. Compared to, like, season... You know what I'm talking about. Alright, so stage 2 is over. Steve-O getting a much important and much needed stage win here in this second playoff race of the Xfinity North American eRacing League Series. I mean, we got a pit here in stage 3. I mean, this is going to get a little crazy. All right, they lined up, and they are about to go green here. Steve-O is able to hold his position out front. Lieutenant Dangles lost the position on pit road. However, I think that actually helps him as he now restarts on the bottom line. The 10, he let the 11 go in front of him. Was he talking to FBGM before this race started?
Wow. I don't know what happened there, but Steve-O's playing nice for the FBGM guys.
I gotta say, oh, we got a lot of contact back here. I don't even know who's involved. The 1 of LL Pin, the 74 NL Lewis, the 20 of Host, and more, the 7 of Gar. No caution.
That'll be your caution.
Caution's out.
Oh, there it is. I was scared to say, my goodness. So there you go. All right, so you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. Now, Gator, I don't want your blood pressure to go up too much with that statement, but will these guys sort it out, or is this pretty much what we're going to see till the end of the race?
Well, it's kind of 50-50. Kind of 50-50. These guys, even though it says there's like 30 laps left, and that doesn't seem like a lot, at this track, that's still a long time. So, they still got plenty of time to not make any forceful moves.
I think you were spot on when you said 50-50, because there's been some races where they had a caution and they just sorted it out. But then there's been others where one caution came about and it was just, I mean, it was over from there. But we'll see. The only way to find out is to find out. So here we go. The 11 of Bostic's going to be out front now. Is he going to return that favor to the 00 of Steve-O that Steve-O just gave him on that last restart? Or was it Steve-O may have missed a shift, but it looked kind of too smooth for him that he missed a shift. The 11 of Bostic is not going to let him in, and the 0 of Lieutenant Dangles is not going to let him in either. So maybe he didn't talk to FPGM. But now we got a little interesting story coming around here. 2 FBGM drivers in running 1 and 2.
Followed by 2 TJR drivers.
Exactly. And then right behind up the irons, another TJR driver.
Oh, what's happening here? Jackboy, he might have a little bit of a lag issue.
Oh, what in the world? The 99 of Charblazer gotten into, I think, Penn. Who's falling way back here? The LL Penn? Is that another caution?
Oh, Steve-O lagged out.
It is. They had a big one in the back. Steve-O lagged out.
Oh, I missed the big one.
Out.
Oh, Steve-O. That's not good.
That stage when it's definitely even more significant now.
That's big, though. I mean, that might hurt him his chances of even being able to use that stage point next round. I'm not sure where he is on the cutoff line, but you never want to not finish a race, especially a playoff race.
Oh, Ballistic Stream also ended, so he must have been as well.
You think Ballistic lagged out?
Stream. No, he's just turned off his stream.
Might have had a lag issue, so they turned it off.
That's my guess.
All right, so we're going back green here, and Ballistic is currently leading the way with Lieutenant Dangles lined up right behind him. Up the irons, starting P2, but that's actually going to hurt him. He's there on the outside.
In 5th.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
Steve-O's not lagged out. He just shows that he's lagged out. It's one of those.
Oh man.
Okay.
Thanks, 704.
Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be all right. Okay, we'll do the best we can. Steve-O stole Wonder Woman's invisible jet, and
for our viewers, here's Steve-O's car sitting on pit lane, but he's actually still driving out on the racetrack.
well, I guess I'll go ahead and show him on my stream too. Yeah, look at him right there, pit lane, boom. And then let me show you where he's supposed to be.
Gap between Dangles and Matt. That's supposed to be Steve-O.
Oh man, let me get the Dangles.
If you have multiple invites, you can back out and get back in, and they'll show them back on track.
I do have multiple invites. Let me do that. Y'all bear with me. So we can get Steve-O, because this will be just way too confusing.
Yep.
Anyways, we'll provide
a little bit of contact going into one, but they save it.
Yeah, I'll shoot y'all extra invites too, just in case.
Oh, I'm back.
And some extra invites. Alright, we're loading back in. I shot them some extra invites in case y'all wanted to as well. It's up to you, obviously.
Looks like they've all kind of sorted it out and gotten single file.
Car's going to pit road after a crash he just had.
Who is that leading the second pack? Is that... That is Doc. Oh, Doc's gonna get this knocked down. If he would have timed that
go
better.
high.
If he would have timed that better, he wouldn't have ran into the back of the 9.
All right, and we're finally back as Ballistic is still leading the way up here with his FBGM partner, Lieutenant Dangles, running second. You got two TJR drivers running right behind him with Max Boost and Moffitt. I know you said his name, but I'm now that I'm signed in here, and look at Moffitt go. All right, where's Steve-O?
Honestly,
Just to make sure I could see Steve-O.
The best thing that 5 car needs to see right now is Moffitt
There's Steve-O.
in his rearview mirror.
All right, so we got Steve-O back on here. He gave Wonder Woman her private or invisible jet back.
Well, since you've reset your stuff, I think it's my turn to back out and find Steve-O.
All right, a little bit of Where's Waldo going on here. So they've all pretty much calmed down. How many laps to go do we got there, Kevin? Or K-Bard, or whoever's watching the stream?
That's a good question. Am I up to date? I don't think I am up to date, because Doc's still on the backstretch. I'll let you know here in a second.
Yeah, no problem. So they've all kind of sorted it out. The only kind of shaking and baking we got going on now is those drivers that kind of hit that apron a little bit and they get a little bit wiggly, but they've all seemed to sort it out. I mean, everybody's being pretty patient with each other. Very single file right now. Steve-O got shuffled out here. He's going to fall to the back.
56, so 16 to 17 to go.
All right.
18 laps to go from there.
And I believe
so they're
17
coming
is
to,
the fuel window.
They're coming to 16 to go this time.
All right, so 16 to go once they hit that finish line. Now, remember that finish line is not on the top of the little turn there, on top of that little triangle. It's farther down the front stretch. It's about 3/4 of the way towards turn 1. So that may come into play a little bit here in that little late race drama as they race to the checkers. Something to keep an eye on.
They are now within their fuel window, so if they want to make some stop and go pit stops, they can do that now. I don't think they'll be able to save enough fuel.
Now, if they do have to pit, what's the safest way to go? Oh, we got a car hard into the walls. The 20th host.
20.
The 00 Steve-O
yeah,
comes
Steve-O.
up and finishes them off. Wow, well, we found Steve-O. He was in the outside wall. In the meantime, Ballistic gets shuffled out. The 0 of Lieutenant Dangles is going to take the lead. Now, that's something that may not actually be a good thing because now Lieutenant Dangles is up there all by himself. He's going to go up to the... Oh, we got a car in the...
Boost!
Oh, barely held it. Looks like Jack Boy was about to wreck.
To avoid boost. It's going to get shuffled out, too.
Oh, my goodness. So we got some stuff going on here in stage 3. Oh, 98, hold it. Don't wreck anybody. There we go. Oh, don't... y'all play nice
He's trying
now.
to force his way back in. There was not a hole.
Sometimes you just got to take your lumps and go to the back and try again. Jack Boy's back there. I wonder if he's got a little bit of lag issues going on or he's just got shuffled out. And Moffitt found a hole down there in the bottom, an actual hole. So we got Lieutenant Dangles leading the way, the 5 of Max Boost right behind him. The 2 of Lights Out, who's a playoff driver, running 3rd. Well, so is Max Boost. Running 4th, that 74 of NARL Lewis, who is a playoff driver as well. The 10 of Big Jim, also a playoff driver. And
Moffitt on the apron.
Is that a wreck or is that my screen?
No, Moffitt went down on the apron. Looks like they were able to save it.
Oh, up the irons into the outside wall, and he's around.
Around goes to the 35.
I was waiting for somebody to say it. I always get joked for saying it. All right, so back to the front. Lieutenant Dangles leading the way. Max Boost right behind him. Like Gator mentioned, we are in the fuel window. And they could pit anytime they want now to make it to the end of the race. Now, Kevin, would that be smart to come now, or should you wait till longer in the run?
I think you should wait till maybe halfway through it, and then come down with somebody that you know is going to come down with you. So as of right now, that 5 of Max, he has no friends at this point anywhere around him.
Well, you got to hope that some of these guys are in a chat party at least, so maybe they can communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a lap that we're coming down, and let's come down and let's get the same amount of tires, the same amount of fuel, and then jump off a pit road at the same time. And hopefully they're smart enough if a driver gets out in front that he slows down and picks everybody up. But as far as waiting later in the run, do tires mean anything here, Gator, or are they all just pretty much the same throughout the run?
Tires aren't really going to benefit you any. I mean, yeah, they're going to wear a little bit, but in terms of getting fresh ones versus keeping your old ones, other than refreshing them, it's not going to give you any more speed or slow you down if you keep the old one.
Well, there you go. So as long as you don't blow a tire here at Talladega, as long as they're nice and inflated, you should be good to go. So everybody should be on the same strategy, assuming that they're in a chat party. And that'll be really when we see these teams or affiliations coming into play in this green flag stop, assuming that we get one.
Ooh, they're checking up at the back.
Who's that? Charblazer gets pushed out a little bit. Hello, Penn still up here riding around. Now he's one of those plate track guys.
Yeah, the reason they get checked up in the back is just the accordion factor. You get such a run on the guy in front of you that you just have nowhere to go with it, and then they just end up running in the back of each other, and it just kind of accordions, and that's why they get checked up. But it seems like they've got sorted out for the most part.
They're actually not doing too bad. Everybody's giving each other room. Everybody's staying pretty patient. As we're joining the booth by Mr. Williams. How you doing, Biddy?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Oh, is the baby asleep?
Nah, who's leading?
Okay. Lieutenant Dangles. Max Boost running P2. Who's that? Lights Out running P3? Who's that P4? NR Lewis? Is that NR Lewis running P4?
Lewis and then Big Jim.
And one of LL Pin right behind.
Have they had their final pit stop yet?
Nope. We got about, what, 13 laps to go, I'm assuming? Guessing?
Give or take.
I mean, we still got about a 10-car pack up here up front. I mean, any of these 10 cars could still win. 10 laps around here is a very long time. Anything can happen. As Max Boost gets shuffled out along with Ballistic up there, they're going to have to go to the back. And I got a big old logo on my screen. I can't even see the action. There we go. Ooh, the one.
According to Doc Shock's stream, he's got about 4 laps left of fuels. So this should be coming to the end of their fuel range right now, so we should see pit stops shortly.
For some reason, that 11 of Ballistic got really loose down the backstretch and smoked the wall. We got cars coming down pit road. The 2 of Lights Out. I can't see the rest because I can't cycle through quick enough. Anybody got the numbers?
NR Lewis. NR Lewis is one of them.
Dalton in the 9 and 99 in Charblazer.
Charblazer's pretty far back there. They might hurt him coming off the pit road.
That's something to keep an eye on. Now, this front pack got a little bit smaller here. Some of these guys, they've already seen the first couple cars pit. That's got to be coming through their mind. That might be the signal that he's pitting that looks like Swamp gave there, diving below that double yellow line on the backstretch. Maybe letting all the other drivers know, hey, don't run me over. Or he may just got a little bit loose. But now we got the FBGM guys all lined up together and the TGR guys all lined up together. So pitting is definitely on their mind. You got to think
4 and 3.
The 5 of Max Boost. I think he's smoking it. Around goes to 15 of Swamp Fox. That's gonna mess up the FBGM draft there. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be interesting to see who comes off pit road and where.
That's gonna ruin his chances at the race.
Let's follow Max Boost here. I know we don't particularly keep it on pit stops, but I mean this is gonna say a lot about this race because we got about what 9 laps to go.
If your tires are good to make it to the end, which I'm assuming they are, I'd take fuel on.
Oh, the 40.
It looks like these guys are taking tires.
They're all coming out at the same time. Where are they coming out? What's the order? I can't see.
Dangles,
Lieutenant Dangles,
Jagboy, LL Penn, Max Boost, and Moffitt.
Oh, and they're all going to be able to be in that draft. I'm not sure anybody that comes out after Moffitt's going to still be in that draft. So it looks like we're going to have a 2-on-3. If they're smart, they'll get all lined up and organized.
Getting out of the way.
Looks like Jackboy might be holding up the line a little bit, waiting for his teammates to get to him. Possibly, assumingly. Oh, we got a big pack catching them, and they're flying. Who's leading that pack?
That is Dalton.
Dalton and NR Lewis.
Oh, they pit a lap before. We're going to have the same guys, except for Swamp, all lined back up with each other, all racing for the win. If anybody can give me official laps to go, because it's about to get hectic.
Ooh, we're going 3 wide. Nope, NR Lewis just dumped Dalton. Just left him out to dry.
Wow, so there goes all that momentum that they had built up on this pack that was going slower than them. So they're going to have to fall all the way to the back of this pack. We still got Dangles leading the way, even after the pit stops.
I'll get your lap counter here shortly.
8 to go.
No problem. 8 to go, so 7 at the line. Well,
Yep.
shoot, they just started this lap. But
When
Steve-O's
they get back around.
Steve-O's made his way back up in here as well. He's battled back pretty strong. Let's get to one of these guys a little bit farther up, so I get a better
Now,
camera
out
angle.
of everybody in this lead pack, the Pin
There
needs
we
to
go.
win
There we
more
go.
importantly than everybody else, just because he's sitting so far below the cut line right now for the next round. He needs the win to advance him.
Oh, they're getting a little shaky here on the front stretch. All of them down on that,
A little loose.
you know, on that triangle. They're only gonna have to sort it out. Now Dalton's going to fall to the back here because he's below that double yellow line. It looks like these FBGM guys are a little bit outnumbered at the moment. Oh, who is this? LL Pin down below the apron. The 5 of Max Boost is going to try to make the outside work.
Wow.
And he does. He
almost
clears
flipped
him.
the apron.
Yeah, the one lost a lot of speed there in 1 and 2 going down on the apron, and that apron is not. It's not too dangerous, but it's also not too nice to you here. It definitely grabs your tires, it slows you down. As Max Boost is now in P3, he's lined up behind his TJR teammate, that 42 of Jackboy.
Also
And then
got
we-
Moffitt in 5th. That's another TGR driver. So you got 3 in the top 5 and 2 FBGM in the top 5.
But then we got those 4 wild card drivers back there. That 00 Stevo, the 9 of Dalton, the 7 of Gar, and the 74 of NR Lewis. What are they going to do? You got to think they're all in the same track 'cause they all came down and pit at the same time. They pit with the exact same tires and fuel. So you got to think they're talking to each other. Oh, Moffitt's going to hold it straight here down the backstretch. He's got a bumper full of that 9 car pushing him down the backstretch. Oh, man, you just got to feel... You can just feel it in the air. The intensity is about to pick up. Everything's about to get a little bit crazy. The car's
are
getting a little bit... Oh,
Palms are
yeah.
Sweating.
These cars that get out of a line here a little bit, everybody's still checking up and letting them back in, but you got to think that's going to stop here in the next lap or two as we come to 6 to go.
Weak. Bomb spaghetti.
I didn't do it on purpose, Gator. All right.
The 9's underneath the 98.
Well, the
5
98
to
gets
go.
shuffled out. 5 to go.
Fourth line.
Five laps left here at Talladega for the money line 300. 4 at the line to sort out who is going to take home this trophy. Looks like that 9 at Dalton does not care anything about any teammates. His mission is to get to the front and get there soon. Oh, the 42 at
Dalton is
Jackboy.
using whoever he can.
All right, so we got 4 to go once they cross the line here. Things are about to get crazy.
Four to go.
Lieutenant Dangles leads this pack with 4 to go. You know, he's got to be nervous as well. Oh, and he gives up the bottom. The 42 of Jackboy makes the move underneath him. He's going to take the lead coming out of 2.
Oh, wow.
The 5 of Max Boost is going to follow him right through there. The 1 of LL Pin is going to stay on the bottom, being pushed by the 9 of Dalton, who is underneath the apron. He saves himself. He's back on track. And it looks like Dangles is going to fall in behind the 98.
6.
But he's nowhere near out of this
Way back up
race.
with 3 laps to go.
Yeah, three laps is still a long time to go here at Talladega. He's still got plenty of time to work his way back up to the front. And you
That's
know,
the best cars.
and you know he does not care who is in his way. And he will back it up in the chat as well. So he's got one mission, and that's to win.
Ooh, the 98 and the 9 make contact.
Oh, yeah, they're getting a little wiggly here. And the 98 is going to stay on the bottom. The 9 is going to get shuffled out. He might have to go all the way to the back of this lead pack. That's about the pace where all of these guys' hearts are pounding. I mean, they're just going to town. The 00 of Stevo out of line. And that's not going to work, not just yet. As they come back, once they cross the line again, there's only 3 laps. Only 3 laps to go in this race. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
I believe it'll be 2 to go with the line.
2. It is 2.
I got caught up in the excitement. 2 laps to go. Who's going to pit road? Is that Gar?
I think that's Gar.
Why did he go to pit road?
But you remember, Gar pitted a little bit early because he got wrecked.
Yeah, he ran
Oh.
with no caution.
So
I
he
bet-
might have not had enough fuel to make it.
I bet he gambled that a caution would come out, and unfortunately he lost that one. It's the wall of LL Pitt down the apron. Hard contacted to the inside wall.
Man.
And there goes his chances of winning this race as the caution does not come out. Now we have an outside lane forming
It's
here
outside lane.
with the 00 of Steve-O, the 74 of NR Lewis, and the 9 of Dalton. Oh, and NR Lewis cuts in front of that 98. That outside lane just whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
It's gone now.
It's gone.
I had a run and they just threw it away.
Oh, man.
Last
And
lap.
here we go. 1 lap to go to sort out who is going to be the winner here at Talladega. 1 to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. 42 of Jagboy currently leading the way. His TGR teammate Max Boost right behind him. The 74 of NR Lewis, the independent, running third. 98 of Moffitt, also a TJR, running fourth. And this is it. They only have a half a lap left. If you want to make a move, now is the time.
Do
It
you
looks like
think Max is going to make a move on his teammate?
I personally don't.
I don't think so.
He likes winning races, but he also knows the points.
Their team orders.
No, I mean, he likes winning races, like I'm saying, but I think he knows the whole points deal. He's locked into the next round before he even
Looks
started
like
this
he's
round.
content with seconds.
And here we
There
go.
we go.
Jagboy rounds
Jagboy's
that
gonna hold
triangle, and he's going to stay
Jagboy's
down
gonna
at the
Hang
bottom.
on.
And Jagboy is going to win at
Jagboy wins
Talladega. And Max Boost finishing second. Did Moffitt grab third there, or is that after the
No.
computer took over?
I believe
NR Lewis is third.
NR Lewis held off the third.
And our Lewis third, Moffitt fourth, and who is that? Gar fifth? No, he pit. Sorry, Dangle's fifth. Wow. Well, not as exciting a last lap as I thought it was going to be, but still a pretty good race. They were a lot more patient with each other, a lot more cautious with each other than I was expecting, which is a good thing. I got that one Jagboy fan in here, Baby Crab. He's not texting. He's not excited. I don't know what it is.
Up front.
Yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, in the end, ultimately, it
Gotta
was a
love
couple
those
of playoff
fresh
guys.
races.
But
Let me get Jagboy in here. Y'all talk about what you saw in the race while I pull him up.
Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for here? Just
Plate
standard plate race.
it got it
Gets a
definitely
lot of
got
heck.
wild at times. But I think what I saw was that the outside lane working at the end, and they gave up on it.
Yeah, I think they gave up on that a little bit too early.
I think that definitely cost Steve-O and NR Lewis a chance at the win.
They definitely had some momentum going up there. And our Lewis saw a hole down the bottom. He took it. But we have our race winner in here, Jagboy, driving that 42 Toyota Camry. Jagboy, Supra. How you doing, Jagboy?
Yeah, buddy. That's fucking good, dude. I'm so excited.
So Jagboy is obviously excited here, man. Look, at stage 1 and stage 2, you were kind of riding towards the back of the lead pack there a little bit. Were you having lag issues, or were you just playing it safe?
No, I was just kind of playing it safe. I wanted to see how the guys were racing. Honestly, I mean, everybody was a lot more aggressive than I thought they would be. So, but I mean, yeah, I was just watching to see what the aggression levels were.
I hear you. So
And
we got a good amount of people in the booth here tonight that saw you win. So I'm going to pass it on off to Gator Mike. Any questions for our race winner?
Oh, Jagboy, congratulations first off. Now that is
Thank
your
you.
second win of the season. It also advances you to the next round of the playoff.
Yes,
Congrats on
sir.
that.
Thank you.
I guess my question is about 5 or 6 to go. You're kind of just riding around in second place, and Lieutenant Dangles is in front of you. What was going through your mind there, and what made you decide to make the move when you did? Did he just come up off the bottom a little bit, and you just took it, or?
Yeah, honestly, I was just waiting, and yeah, he came up. I think he clipped the apron going into 1, and he went up the track a whole lane and a half. So I just stuck it in there. I think he tried to come back down, but I was there, and but I mean, yeah, I was just gonna ride around like the last lap or something, lay back a little bit, and hopefully get around. Hopefully the guys behind me would go with me.
All right, well, whatever you did definitely worked, Jackboy, coming away with the win. Now I'm going to pass it off to Kevin. Any questions for our race winner?
Well, first off, congrats on your second win on the season.
Thank you.
That was getting quite hectic up there. Like, I enjoyed watching what was going on there. Yeah, that's. I have no questions. Just
Yeah, man.
an unbelievable race.
I was pounding the whole time, man.
All right, Mr. Williams joined us late, but anything that you see that you want to ask him about?
Do you know who won the Chili Bowl last night?
Oh, Lord.
Kyle fucking Larson.
Thank you very much. Nope, we got nothing else.
It's the only thing he'll win.
Oh, moving on. K-Bart, I know you've been kind of quiet all night, but you want to chime in, or you want to we want to go on to Max Boost?
I just want to say TJR.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Jagboy putting me to work on the very first night that TJR is officially back. Good job, Jagboy. Anybody want to shout out?
Shout out TJR, you know what I mean, man? Shout out, the guys behind me that were helping me, Max, Moffitt, all the guys at TJR being really nice today. So I appreciate that. And yeah, we got it done. 1-2.
Right.
I told you.
All right, well, there's Jagboy thanking all the guys back at the shop. Now, if you don't mind politely leaving so we can get Max Boost in here and we can talk to him. Take care. All right, the invitation is out for Max Boost, your runner-up finisher. Anything you kind of take away from that interview from Jagboy, Gator?
Oh, he's excited.
He is excited.
Sure.
As we have our runner-up finisher in here, Max Boost 27. Max, one position away from where you wanted to be, or did you want to finish second? How you feeling, bud?
You know, man, I feel good. That was fun. There was some good, honest plate racing. And congratulations to Jagboy, man. Good win for him. That was awesome.
Yeah, when it mattered, Jagboy definitely made the move when it mattered. Got the win, being pushed by his TJR teammate all the way to the win. How does this moment kind of rank in your season thus far, being in the playoffs? You're already going to the next round, and now you're seeing your teammate move on as well.
You know what? I gotta say this was more fun than a win. Just like being able to help out my TJR teammates and be able to, ever get those guys a good finish. And I was advanced, so it's great. It's great for me to just go out and be like, okay, I don't need to win. I just want to have fun on the plate track, and it was fun. It was a blast. So congratulations to everybody who ran a good race. That was fun.
Well, there you go, Max Boost having fun tonight. Now we got a pretty crowded booth. Gator, anything for Max?
Not really. You kind of brought it up. I guess my question was going to be, with 2 or 3 laps to go, you're right in there behind your teammate. I was going to ask if you were going to make a move or if you were just kind of content on helping him get his win and lock him into the next round.
Yeah, I was definitely content. I mean, I got 9 other wins. I don't need a 10th one. Like, it's cool.
I think a 10th one's coming before the end of the season.
Well, there you go. Max Boost trying to be humble up here, pulling out his 9 wins. We get it, Max. Kevin, any questions for Max?
First of all, congrats on the second place finish. Wasn't like what we're normal to seeing, the 5-car out in front winning races. But I have to talk to you about one incident, the incident between you and the 1-car of LL Penn. What's your take on that? Did he get underneath you, or just a classic bumper hook?
I think it was just a bumper hook, because when it happened, I knew I had the room to get back to where I was, and I, at least on my screen, you know how Heat 4's online works, but yeah, I mean, I looked clear. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it back so I can give you guys an honest recollection of what's going on, but I don't feel like I did anything wrong. We were just pushing, bumping, and we'll just, personally for me, just move on to Bristol.
No, there you go, Mr. Williams. Anything?
Congratulations, Max. I have one question. Where are you from?
Seriously, where are you from?
I already know where he's going with this.
Elk Grove, California.
Who is also from Elk Grove, California?
God.
Kyle Larson.
And
Who won last night?
last night?
Get this guy out of the booth.
I got nothing else.
My man Kyle Larson.
Oh my goodness, K-Bart.
Just one thing, TJR, man.
Hell yeah, TJR.
There you go. All right, Max. Congratulations on the second place finish. Anybody you want to shout out here?
Yeah, shout out to my girl. She got attacked by a dog last week, really bad. Oh, really bad. And we've been in and out of the hospital for pretty much every day, just waiting to see if the bacteria from the dog's mouth spread to the bone in her hand. It was really scary. Her hand was like twice the size it should be, and finally, it looks like after 5 antibiotics, 3 of them being shots, the swelling went down, and there's not going to be an infection. And she will keep her hand and usage of it. It was that bad.
Wow.
Prayers to your girl. Glad everything's clearing up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for sure. Yeah, everybody's glad that happened. Well, now that Max Boost has kind of brought down the mood of the broadcast, let's pump it back up tomorrow, because we got the big boys hitting the same exact track tomorrow night, 8:45. They're taking on Talladega, and we might see a commentator down the track. I think I might have heard a little rumor. A little one.
What?
Tune in to find out. You already know where to be. You already know the time. It's tomorrow. I mean, you got no other excuses. What else you doing on a Monday night? Go ahead and tune in. I'll see you there.